There's been a lot of talk recently on the Doordash catering program, specifically when linked with the Top Dasher program, and that's the best way to maximize your revenue. Let's get into this. There are several different types of catering programs within Doordash. Let's break them all down here today. Hey everybody, how you doing? Dash and Dave here again. Just a quick side note before we get into the large order catering program. Pedro just did a video here recently on being on the pizza bag program, and I put the question to him in the comments. I didn't know the answer to this. What happens if you get a pizza order and you're prompted to take a picture of your pizza bag and either A, you don't have it, or B, you don't have one to begin with? What happens? I found that out in the Doordash FAQ pizza program. If you do not have a pizza bag when you're offered a pizza order, and you do not have a catering bag if you have an offer for a large order and you select I don't have one or I can't take the picture, you're allowed to complete that pizza order or the large catering program order, but you will not be offered another one until you submit the bag, which I'm assuming would be on the Doordash website, because you won't get any offers, therefore you won't have the opportunity to take the picture in real time. So if you don't have one of the bags and you get one of the offers, you can complete the offer and the order, but after that you're gonna have to get on the website and upload pictures of your pizza bag and or your catering bag in order to receive those offers from there on out. As we discussed before, there's only a need for a specific number of dashers within any market being eligible and active in the large order catering program. Let's just say that you are not on the large order program and you receive an offer similar to the one that we're looking at here right now. That may tell you that there is an opening for dashers in your market in the large order catering program, in which case I would get the bag and apply immediately. It could be that every dasher that's in the large order program is not working that day and that's why you got the order. But if you ever get an offer screen similar to this one that we're looking at and you know that you are not in the large order program and you do not have the catering bag, you're getting this and you'll be able to complete it. You will simply tap on I don't have a catering bag and then be allowed to complete the order. But since you don't have a catering bag and cannot submit a picture of it at this time, you will not get any further offers. Get to the large order program FAQ at Doordash. I have a link in my video description. And sign up, get on the waiting list, and purchase the catering bag. There may be an opening in your market if you receive an offer such as this. If it happened a month ago, I'd still do it. If you've ever seen one of these and you know that you're not on the large order catering program, but you get one, get to the FAQ pages, buy the bag, get on the waiting list. Prior to June of 2022, this year, there were two distinct large order programs within Doordash. You had the large order program and then the Drive LOF, which stands for Large Order Fulfillment Program. The main difference between the two is that the Drive program offers came up the previous day on your scheduling tab if you were a member of the program, and then you would select and accept that job, knowing that the next day at a given time you were to go to the restaurant, pick up the order, and then deliver it to the customer. The large order program happened in real time. You're out there dashing and you get the offer screen pop up on your phone and said this is a large catering order offer. The two have now been combined. There is no longer, quote, a Drive program that takes place with the scheduling the day prior to the day of delivery. So those will all happen in real time, just like with the large order program. The other main difference between the Drive program and the large order program, the Drive program could have minimal setup where you kind of unpack the food. There was a distinction made that you would not light any sterno tanks or actually unwrap any food, but you'd set it out on the table, spread out the utensils, etc., etc., etc. I have never seen a Drive program that was pre-scheduled on my scheduling tab, but I have completed those in real time. Also at the bottom here we see an invitation to the large order program does not make a dasher eligible to complete pre-scheduled Drive large order fulfillment deliveries. More information on the Drive LOF program can be found here. While these two different programs have been combined to both being live time versus the one being prearranged, I don't know if you have to still separately apply for the Drive program. Get into the FAQ pages. Again, there's links in my video description. And if you're on the large order program but you don't know if you're on the LOF Drive program, get on there and check and apply. Okay, let's get into how you get paid for a large order program delivery and why there may be differences. And the differences are primarily in the base pay associated with a specific large order program delivery. There are 3 different ways in which a customer can place a large order. Number 1 is through the Doordash app. Number 2 is directly through the Merchant Store Restaurant app. And number 3 is through a company called EasyCater. EasyCater's purpose is to facilitate large orders for your company, your corporate office, through the restaurant of your choice. Quite a bit of what I'm going to relate to you from this point on involves a lot of educated guesswork on my part, but I think you'll see it all come together. All right, let's take a look at a large order when the order is placed through the Doordash app. On the offer screen here, we see in bold black and white, catering bag required, delivered by 11:45 a.m. from Tropical Smoothie Cafe. We've got 80 items going 5.1 miles. And the notation, you will need a catering bag for this order. We see that the order offer at this time is $16.25, includes Doordash pay and customer tip, $2 on time at customer pay. And yes, Doordash does hide significant portions of the tip at times within the catering program. I have an Android phone and I use the Doordash floating widget. Accessing that, I don't see an item list. Sometimes you see it, sometimes you don't. We see the 80 items total and then the subtotal that the customer paid, $359.20 for all these smoothies. I complete the delivery and my total payout was $48.67. That was $10.75 Doordash base pay, and the base pay is determined by the amount that the customer paid for the order, which we saw was $359.20. On time at customer pay bonus of $2. Sometimes I see that, sometimes I don't. And then the customer tip at $35.92. Here is my most recent large catering order from the Spice Thai Cuisine here in Ames. Note that there is no catering bag required icon on this offer screen, but it's from the Spice. It's 19 items and it's showing $10.75 for the payout. Utilizing the floating widget, here we see the item breakdown, but we don't see a subtotal. Sometimes this is hit or miss. Sometimes you see either one or both. Sometimes you see none of them. And I think the reasoning behind this is the interface between the restaurant and Doordash. Sometimes you see it, sometimes you don't. As I noted, there was no icon requiring a catering bag for this job. However, once I arrived at the store and tapped arrived at the store, the warning prompt screen came up, please take a picture of your catering bag. So that did trigger on this order. I complete the delivery. We see the payout was a massive $72.22, the record payout I've ever had for a large order. We see that the Doordash base pay is $3.75 and the customer tip was a whopping $68.47. Now note that the base pay from Doordash was $3.75, where previously it was $10.75. This is because the order was placed through the Spice restaurant, either a call-in or an app. I don't think they've got an app, probably a call-in or whatnot. And therefore, Doordash, myself as the delivery driver, was just the hired gun to get the order from the restaurant to the customer. Therefore, the Doordash base pay that they have in conjunction with this restaurant is $3.75. Next up, we have a Doordash Drive catering order, as we see here, through EasyCater delivering Firehouse subs. Catering bag required icon, 38 items, 4.8 miles. This is a Doordash Drive catering order, which means that under normal circumstances, this would have been an order that would have popped up on an eligible Dasher's scheduling tab the day before the scheduled delivery. I didn't see it, didn't hear no dings or anything. I've never seen that in my scheduling tab. And so at least in my market, even prior to June, when they combined the large order and the drive programs together, the programs were essentially the same in one and happened in live time in my market. Maybe it was up there on the scheduling tab and nobody saw it and nobody claimed it. I never seen those before on the scheduling tab. It just happened live for me, as in this offer here. And we see the offer as shown, $15.25, includes Doordash pay and customer tip. Now, I don't have a screenshot of it, but a quick note on an easy cater job through DoorDash through a merchant restaurant store. After you accept the order and then scroll down that main page, under the delivery instructions will be a long block of text stating that this order was placed through Easy Cater. It has the Easy Cater's number, it has the customer's number, and a whole bunch of information, yada, yada, yada. Using the floating widget, we don't see an item inventory list, but we see 38 items, subtotal $303.62 of Firehouse subs. Upon completion of the delivery, we see my total payout was $38.36, the base pay was $8, and the customer tip $30.36. It is my understanding, and from what I've seen on several of these offers, DoorDash's agreement, if you will, I guess, with Easy Cater, the base pay is always $8. I've seen that on several occasions. In fact, recently here, I had an offer come up that I could tell was a large order, and it showed the pay on the offer screen as $8. There was no customer tip with that delivery job. So I think it's safe to say, if you were to get an order offer and you see, like 13, 14, 30 items, it's a drive order, you see that on the offer screen, need the catering bag. If you see $8 as the order offer, then there is no customer tip. We've seen before that they use funky amounts, $16.75, $15.75, etc., etc., etc. So yeah, in the case of a large order catering bag order, if you see $8 as the order offer, that's what you're getting, no customer tip. That is, if the order was placed through Easy Cater. Let's just say somebody placed a large catering order through DoorDash, and you see an order offer with the payout of, say, $10.75, which we saw was the base pay on that other offer that I had, then you know that there's going to be no customer tip there. They always show funky amounts, like in this case, $15.25, $16.75, and so on. So if you get a large catering order and the order offer as shown on the offer screen is probably less than $15, then I would highly suspect that that is what you're going to get. That's just the DoorDash base pay, and there is no customer tip. The exception being, of course, what we saw earlier here with the spice. The offer screen was showing a measly $10.75. The base pay was $3.75 from DoorDash because I was just the hired gun to deliver from the spice to the customer, with a whopping $68.47 tip. So I'm not sure why this order here didn't show as a $15.25 or a $16.25. Tony keeps you guessing. Tony keeps you guessing. In fact, when I took this order, I thought to myself, it very well could be that the payout was going to be the $10.75 that was being shown, but it was going 4 miles, so it met the mileage metric. On the widget, I saw, the item breakdown, a lot of items, pretty expensive restaurant, no subtotal given, so I rolled the dice and took it, and wow, I'm glad I did. Do you want to take the chance and not take that order? There might be a $25 bill coming your way. You never know. So anyway, I'm going to find it real hard to turn any down. I'll roll that dice. And usually, $10.75 for the flat rate from DoorDash, or the $8 from an Easy Cater flat rate pay. In the case of, just a couple miles away, hey, if it meets the metric, go ahead and roll the dice. See if you get a cash tip, take the order. I've done a previous video on mileage distances, that in my market, anything over a 5-mile delivery distance, there is no hidden tip on the offer screen. What you see is what you get. Now, the first example I gave here today with that tropical smoothie offer, it was going 5.1 miles. So that was beyond the 5-mile marker in my market where you see the total payout. Apparently, that does not necessarily apply to large catering orders. However, I did have a large catering order from Firehouse Subs one time that went 20 miles away to Boone, Iowa, to the west of Ames. And once I completed that delivery offer total, I think, was like $21.75. That was the total payout with the base pay at the time, and I think it was a drive order. It was $8 through Easy Cater plus the customer tip for a total of like $21.75. The mileage metric on that one definitely applied. Once I'm just kind of assuming that maybe after 6 or 7 or 10 miles, the offer on the offer screen is the total. I did that twice. It was to a hotel over there where they were feeding the workers there. But the tropical smoothie one was over 5 miles, 5.1, but in that case there was a pretty good hidden tip there. Alright, so that's the breakdown on the payouts that I see in the large order program in my market. Your numbers and dollar amounts may differ slightly. You're going to kind of have to figure that out on your own. Every market is different. So if you're not on either the large order program or the drive order program, get over to the FAQ page. Got a link in my video description. Sign up for both of them. You know, you might get on right away, or once a spot opens, you can get in there and start making these big payouts. Whether you go through Amazon or the Doordash store, get the catering bag even before you're accepted into the program. I use it a lot. I put my insulated hot bags in there when I've got a double, and it nests right in there real good. The Doordash bag runs about $40 the last time I saw it at the Doordash store. Roughly the same price for the one you can buy on Amazon. That's basically the twin without the Doordash logo. And the one that I got from Doordash in the Doordash store, that's a real nice hefty bag. A little bit better than the one I bought on Amazon. So in my opinion, just get the Doordash catering bag. You can utilize it for large pizza orders. I think like 7 pieces will stack in there and you can still get it zipped up. So anyway, get the bag, you can put it to use, and then you've got it, and you will have had the photos submitted on the FAQ pages there, and you're ready to go once a spot opens up in your market, and you can start making that big money. And just to answer the question, at least in my market, how often do I receive one of these large order offers? It can be all over the place. Sometimes I get 1 or 2 a week. Sometimes I'll go 3 or 4 weeks without having any. You know, it all depends on who's ordering over $100 worth of food, which is the metric, to qualify for the large order program. The customer's got to buy that amount of food in order for it to get launched into the large order programs. And, that's all customer based, customer demand. As I've said before, when I very first started Doordash back in like September of 2021, I hadn't been on with them for less than 2 weeks, and I got an invitation into the large order program, and then I got into the drive program. Those are 2 separate programs that you have to apply for. And I suspect it's because at the time there was just simply not enough dashers in my market that were in the program, and so therefore I got the invitation. I didn't have to apply. That was pretty cool. As far as the eligibility to be in the program, 200 plus lifetime deliveries, 100 plus deliveries in the past month. For you part-timers, probably not going to work for you. You have to have at least 100 deliveries in the previous month in order to be eligible for the next month. 4.7 average rating in the last month. The one that I struggle with is a 95% completion rate in the last month. During the summer slowdown, when there was some bad stuff going on, I was unassigning orders left and right. I got down to 90% at one time, and I had to kind of do a top dasher grind near the end of, I think it was July, in order to have my 95% completion rate for August. And I got it there, but that's the one that I kind of struggle with. There is no acceptance rating minimum to be in the program, so you can be at 1% super cherry picker. Just have to have 200 lifetime deliveries and 100 deliveries in the previous month. And as a full-timer, I meet that 100 real easy. But again, I can see for some of you part-timers, that might only do 25 or 50 deliveries a month just for pocket money. Well, unfortunately, you're probably not going to qualify for large order programs. Alright guys and gals, that's all I've got for you today. Hopefully you can take something from this video and put it to use for yourself. Thanks for coming along for the ride, and hope to see you next time.